Hello everyone. So this is the module 4 and video lesson 11, and in this video lesson we will solve some tutorial problems related to the parallel thin film interference. Okay, so there is a parallel thin film, there is a upper surface and there is a lower surface. The thin film has some thickness small t and there is a refractive index mu of the film material and light incident on it, and after multiple reflection and refraction we obtain the interference pattern in the reflected light as well as the transmitted light. Okay, so before we proceed for the numerical problem, let's discuss the important formula of the topic. Okay, so in the previous video lesson you know that there are two cases, one is the reflected, other is the transmitted. But here one important thing is that the geometrical path difference, okay, the geometrical path difference is always twice mu t cos r. Okay, either this is the case of reflected or transmitted, it is fixed twice mu t cos r, where r is the angle of refraction. So now let's take the reflected system. The effective path difference. What is the effective path difference? The effective path difference is the sum of geometrical path difference plus optical path difference. Okay, in reflected system you know that the optical path difference is lambda by 2. There is an additional path difference or there is an additional phase difference of pi. Pi phase is equivalent to lambda by 2 path difference. Okay, so the effective path difference is the sum of geometrical path difference plus optical path difference, and in reflected case the optical path difference is lambda by 2. Okay, so we use this final formula for our numerical problems. So now there are two cases again. One is for the maximum intensity constructive interference or maximum, and one for minimum. And you know that the maximum intensity is obtained when the path difference is equal to the even multiple of lambda by 2, and the minimum intensity or the dark band is obtained at those points which satisfy this condition. And what is the condition? The path difference is the odd multiple of lambda by 2. Okay, so these two are the formula for the reflected case. Now let's see the transmitted case. In the transmitted system the effective path difference is equal to twice mu t cos r. Okay, so effective path difference is the sum of geometrical path difference plus optical path difference. Here optical path difference is 0 in the transmitted system. There is no additional phase when light transmits from one medium to another medium. So the effective path difference is equal to twice mu t cos r plus 0, that is the twice mu t cos r. Okay, so this point is clear now. Now we again can write the condition for maximum intensity or minimum intensity or the bright band or the dark band. When the path difference is equal to the even multiple of lambda by 2, then we obtain the bright band. When the path difference is an odd multiple of lambda by 2, then we obtain the dark band or the destructive interference or the minimum intensity. Okay, so beside these formulation we will also use the Snell law, mu is equal to sin I upon sin r, and some other trigonometrical relation. Okay, so now let's see the first problem. So this is the problem. The white light falls normally on a film of soapy water whose thickness is 1.5 cross 10 to the power minus 5 centimeter and refractive index 1.33. Okay, the question is which wavelength in the visible region will be reflected strongly. Which wavelength? Because the light is white, so there are multiple wavelength in the light, and every wavelength will produce the interference pattern in the reflected case Okay, so we have to recognize that wavelength which will reflect strongly in the reflected system. Okay, so everything is clear here. So this is the question of thin film, and this is the case of reflected light. There is a word reflection is used here. So we have to examine only the reflected light. Okay, and one important thing which I want to discuss you is the case of normal incidence. The white light falls normally. So what is the situation of the normal incidence? For this we take this figure. Okay, and this is very simple figure in which we can see the reflection and refraction. There is a normal, and this is the line of medium change. There is a one medium here and one medium here, and you can see that the light incident at this point and it refracted in the other medium. Okay, so this is the angle of incidence, this is the angle of refraction. So what will happen if the incident light falls normally on this surface? So in that case, angle of incidence will be 0, because the direction of light will along the normal. So I is equal to 0. Then what about the R value? R will also be equal to 0, because according to the Snell law, mu is equal to sin I upon sin R. Okay, sin I is equal to 0, then sin R is equal to 0. This implies R is equal to 0. So when light falls normally, I is equal to R is equal to 0 degree. So this is the point to remember always in some other numerical problem. Okay, so now let's write the condition for maxima. Why we are writing for the condition of maxima? Because the question is which wavelength will reflect strongly. Which wavelength means there is a wavelength in the reflection. So if there is a wavelength, then there is a maxima. There is a bright point from which the wavelength is emerging. Okay, so that's why we are using the condition for maxima. So this is the twice mu t cos r plus lambda by 2 is the case of reflection, and we put it equal to twice n lambda by 2, and the condition is now this. So now apply the condition for normal incidence. I is equal to r, cos r is equal to 1. So the condition is twice mu t is equal to twice n minus 1 lambda by 2, and we can obtain the value of lambda is equal to 4 mu t divided by twice n minus 1. So here t is given 1.5 cross 10 to the minus 7 meter, mu is equal to 1.33. Okay, so we put the value and we obtain an expression of lambda with small n. Here small n is the number of orders available. Okay, so let's put the value of n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So n is equal to 0 is not a valid n value because it gives a negative value of the wavelength. So let's start with n is equal to 1. So n is equal to 1 gives this value of lambda. Then after n is equal to 1, n is equal to 3, n is equal to 4, we can obtain the different n value with the wavelength value. Okay, so now let's search. What is the question? Question was that which wavelength in the visible region will be reflect strongly. So we have to search that wavelength which belongs to the visible region. That means 4000 to 8000. So let's see here. Only this wavelength is in the visible region because it is 7980 angstrom. So it is red color like that. Okay, so only this wavelength will reflect strongly in the visible region. Okay, so this is our problem. Thank you.